Welcome to Grow Overload. I'm Anthony, and is there a security flaw in Zen 3? AMD has came out with a white paper and documented this particular PFS, predictive store, or PFSF, predictive store forwarding, that they have enabled in their Zen processors. This is not a problem on their Zen 2 or before architecture, just their Zen 3, and I'm guessing going forward, or they might harden against it. But this overall, just to be really simple, I will post a white paper in the description below. And going through the white paper, keeping it really simple, it's just to help predictively, guess what is basically going to happen next. And in this case, AMD, they said that there could be an exploit in this, and they have now, in the Linux kernel, gone through and enabled it so you can disable this for security reasons if you do not want to have this as well, as it could be exploited. AMD doesn't know of anything yet, but it could be. And if you are a security, tight company, you might want to disable this. And it may have a little bit of hurt in performance, but I don't think it's going to be that big of deal right now. So, what can we kind of expect out of this, right? We had a few years ago all the Spectre meltdown and everything else hidden performance there. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the performance numbers here yet with AMD's with this predictive store forwarding type thing enabled versus disabled. But I do think that AMD coming out with this is a good step forward, especially writing a white paper on it about how it could be exploited and how it may affect you is a good thing for a company to do, especially get it out in the open and so that we understand what it is. Now, they did say in their white paper that this should not cross user domains. So let's say you have, in the CPU, you have a higher privilege domain versus a user one. That should not be able to see the predictive stores in in each of them or vice versa. So that is good that AMD has that check in there. Now, to be able to, really exploit this and take advantage of it, you're going to need to have some sort of access to that computer. And so if you're not, vulnerable in that way, if somebody's not already in through a different means, you should be okay. So this is, one thing that, going forward, I can only see more of. We're trying to get faster and faster components, and there's going to be more, guessing, more speculative stuff, predictive, that may come to light, which could be, used as a security flaw in some sort. Now, documenting this and allowing the user to enable or disable, I think, is a good option to prevent, security issues arising throughout these paths. And if companies are going to continue to go through and put this out and say, hey, here's a white paper, here's what we enabled and what we did in this new architecture, here's maybe some security things that we may see currently, here it is, and even letting other people then, test it, basically attack it and see if it is solid or if it needs improvement, is going to make the processors or hardware or whatever else stronger in the end and be able to, hopefully for the consumer, have a more hardened and better product in the end. So, you know, granted, we don't want to hear any more about security flaws, right? We want everything to be more and more secure, especially as they develop and they're being more advanced. But at the same time, when AMD is coming out like this and notifying it, that's a good sign. That's showing that they want to put up there that there could be a security flaw and that they want us to know about it too and not wait, you know, a very long time before it gets out in the open. So hopefully that this AMD continues on this line and continues going forward, and hopefully as processors progress, we can still get a huge benefit of hardening overall, so that we can make sure that as we get faster CPUs, hardware, GPUs, etc., we'll be able to not have all these security flaws that once happened in the past, and hopefully they are hardened against going forward. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys want a more in-depth about this. Most people, I feel like, don't really care too much. They just want to get the information out there, the details. But the white paper will be posted below. I could even go through and kind of show you some of the code if you want, and all those deep dives. But overall, this is a security flaw or potential security flaw that I thought, it would be good. We haven't had one in a while, so let's get this out there in the open and to get that and keep coverage on these sorts of issues so that we can continue to improve these CPUs that we use every single day, and to make sure that we are getting the best security performance out of them that we possibly can. So I am still working on, a couple other things. Who knows if I'll ever be able to find a GPU too? That seems very impossible. Um, every single week I try to get one for MSRP, and that's where I'm at, trying to get one for MSRP. But we will see what is all coming out. There seems like we're starting to heat up in the news in the CPU and GPU side. Everyone's starting to talk here with rumors. So hopefully we'll see some new stuff here pretty soon. With that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for taking the time to help support Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. I really appreciate it. You guys have been great overall. And until next time, God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.